Long before today, long before technology, an island existed where the earth lived quietly. A huge mountain stood at its center, dry, silent, and ancient. People believed it slept, like an old guardian watching from afar. On this island lived a curious boy named Tanu. He didn't play with toys. He played with stones, dust, and the natural world. He believed that if you listen closely, the earth whispers. One afternoon, as Tanu walked across the dry hillside, he felt something strange under his feet. A soft vibration, not strong enough to scare him, but strong enough to warn him. Even the birds felt it. They suddenly rushed into the sky. Tanu ran to Elder Lonnie, the wisest woman in the village. She sat quietly on the dry ground, placed her hand on the soil, and closed her eyes. She whispered, "The mountain is waking." Soon after, thin lines of steam rose from cracks in the dusty ground. The heat beneath the earth was rising. The air felt heavier, warmer, sharper. Tanu watched in silence. The next morning, the ground shook harder. Villagers ran out of their huts as cups fell, walls rattled, and dust rose from the floor. People finally understood. The mountain wasn't silent anymore. The villagers began gathering food, water, and clothes. They moved toward the shore to prepare their boats. The sky started turning gray as ash drifted downward like soft powder. Then it happened. A huge column of dark ash shot into the air, not fire, not lava, just the loud breath of a mountain awakening after many lifetimes. Families hurried toward the beach. Parents held their children close. Nobody ran. They all moved together, calmly trusting the earth's warning. The sky darkened quickly. Ash clouds blocked the sun, turning day into dusk. The world became quiet. Only the low rumble of the mountain echoed in the distance. Lava slowly appeared on one side of the mountain, moving gently like a slow river of fire. It flowed away from the village, avoiding the homes. Even in destruction, the earth seemed careful. From their boats, the villagers looked back at their home. The volcano rose tall, breathing ash into the sky. The ocean remained calm, almost comforting them as they drifted to safety. Night arrived. The only light was the soft orange glow from the eruption reflecting on the water. No one spoke. They simply watched nature release its power. Final burst of ash rose high into the sky. It was the biggest breath of all. The mountain's way of ending its awakening. By morning, the eruption slowed. The sky brightened. The sea grew peaceful again. The villagers knew the danger was over. When they returned to the island, everything was covered in a blanket of gray ash. Homes looked different. Paths were buried. But everything was still there, waiting. Tanu walked across the island, discovering new stones formed by the eruption. Black glassy rocks, sharp pieces of obsidian, light pumice, gifts from the earth, created in just minutes. The villagers began rebuilding. Dusty houses were cleaned. Walls were raised again. Life slowly returned. Simple, quiet, and strong. The mountain stood peacefully again. No smoke and no ash, only silence. as if it had gone back to sleep. Tanu stood proudly holding his new rock collection. He smiled, knowing he had witnessed something few ever see, and he understood something important. The earth speaks, and when it does, we must listen. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who love nature stories.